Hey y'all, what's up? I'm here for Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Season 3, the reunion part 2. We picked up right where we left off last week with Hazel E and Masika going at it. And, Masika is still saying she doesn't want to give Hazel no camera time and all this other stuff. And, Hazel, she's talking her shit. Hazel is also like, Masika went on VH1 Live and, tried to sit up here and say Hazel who, as if she didn't know who I was. And, excuse me, she's also saying like, I'm just asking the burning question that everybody wanted to know, if that was Fetty Wap's baby or not. And Masika is like, the only thing that's burning is your damn vagina, bitch. And I'm like, ooh, okay. Anyways, Hazel says that Masika accused her of crashing in Dubois on purpose just so that she could get a nose job and everything. And she's like, that she apologized for anything that she did to me or whatever. I'm like, oh, Hazel kind of do got a point, because Masika, you did do some shiesty ass shit to her, especially with the whole Berg situation. You know what I mean? But anyways, Masika, she just doesn't want to talk to Hazel or whatever. Period. You don't want to talk to Hazel, but throughout this whole transaction, you throwing jabs or whatever. And so, and insults, right along with her throwing insults at you. So, bitch, you still talking to her, like, whether you want to or not. But anyways, Nina, she's trying to compromise with, Masika or whatever. She's like, if we, put Masika out there, if we put Hazel out there, would you come back on the stage? And Masika, she's just not with it. Sierra don't like the fact that, motherfuckers talking about fuck kids and shit. Moniece, she's like, I would feel like a hypocrite if I was to tell her that she was wrong for talking about somebody's kid, but at least when I did it, I was telling the truth. Nia, you could tell she's just irritated at this point. And she's like, everybody needs to stop talking about everybody's kids, point blank, period. And I do agree with her on that shit, for real, for real. Nina asks, Masika, do she think that Hazel did the song with Fetty to, like, kind of spite her or whatever? And Masika is like, it's not him. So, like, what the fuck? And, Hazel was like, it was a song that Fetty did a long time ago or whatever. And Masika, she's trying to walk away, and she says, you know what, Hazel, you had no business mentioning my daughter's name, period. And Hazel was like, you shouldn't have mentioned my name, period. And Masika was like, I didn't, bitch. I said Hazel who, or whatever. I'm like, okay, Masika, calm down. Hazel was like, that she doesn't know Fetty or whatever. She never met him. But she explains that, you don't have to meet to do a song with, somebody and everything. And I'm like, well, that's true. Nowadays, yeah, it is like that. But for some reason, I kind of feel like Hazel lying a little bit about this situation because of the fact of her saying that it was an old song of Fetty. So I'm like, was this old song a song that Fetty had already put out, and people that are like diehard fans of him had already heard and everything, and you just decided to kind of put your own twang onto it, like, how, like, a lot of artists or whatever, they'll hear a song from another artist that they feel like is hot, and then they, like, take it and remix it and make it into their own, put their own hook and, verse in on it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of what I feel like the situation was, but I don't feel like Fetty went back in and redid, the song or whatever, so, Hazel can have it. That's just how I feel. If y'all feel different, y'all let me know down in the comments below. But I feel like that she just kind of remixed one of his songs or whatever. But, I never heard the song, so, whatever. But, anyways, I'm sorry, I lost my spot. Oh, Hazel says that she didn't have to fuck to, get a record or whatever. And Masika is like, yeah, that's why your song was pulled from YouTube and everywhere else and everything. And, Hazel, she thinks she an international superstar, like Jocelyn Hernandez or whatever, just because, she performed the song in Dubois. I'm like, girl, moving on, Hazel, she says it's not about Masika being a gold digger. She's just a pro. And Masika is like, well, bitch, I think you're a hoe. And Hazel, she's sitting up here saying that Masika is in her feelings and all this other stuff. And Masika is like, yeah, I'm in your feelings. Like, yeah, I'm in my feelings. Like that plastic ass body of yours or whatever. And then she, walks off and everything. Moving on, like that whole shit was just pointless to me. I was just over it at this point. Safari, we talk about Safari's fake Jamaican accent at this point. Nina, she, says to Rosa, like, well, you have an accent, and do you feel like that his was forced? Rosa, she's saying that, I wish I could, turn it on and off or whatever the way he does and everything. So, props to him for being able to do that. This motherfucker Safari getting in his motherfucking bag, trying to pop off or whatever, saying, yeah, you better give me my props, like that's what you gotta do or whatever. And like the audience looking at him like, nigga, what the fuck is this bullshit here? Like, I'm looking at him like, the fuck? Like what? Like, that was just so uncalled for. And so, Rosa says, you're corny and everything, and that you need to tone it down and all this other stuff. And he's being sarcastic, sitting up here saying, oh, you said I'm horny too or whatever, trying to play on her accent and everything. And, he's asking for the next question. Rosa's like, well, maybe when you pay for Nikki's dinner, then we could talk about something. I was like, ooh. Because, apparently, this Nikki is not the only person that he has done that with. He has had other females pay for dinner too or whatever. She tells him to shut the fuck up with that stupid ass fur, and I have to say, Rosa girl, I was with you all the way on this shit right here, because y'all know how I feel about Safari wearing that damn fur around, during the time of filming, when it probably was not nowhere near cold in goddamn California. So, anyways, I'm like, he still got that New York mentality with him. It seemed like wearing that damn fur and shit. But anyways, Safari called her something. I don't know what the fuck he called her. You know how sometimes when they bleep shit out, you can interpret what the fuck the person said, but I have no clue what he called her. But whatever it is, clearly it was something not good. So, Nina, she tells him to stop being disrespectful. Like, you can say what the fuck you want to say or whatever, but at the end of the day, you still need to be respectful, because that's a lady. I said, damn right, Nina. Anyways, Rosa is telling him to be himself, because he's sitting here trying to act like everybody that's on the goddamn stage. Ray J, A1, all them motherfuckers. So, moving on from that, we talk about the Creep Squad of LA. The Creep Squad of LA or Hollywood, whichever one you want to say. But anyways, Nina, she asked Safari, why would you take advice from Ray J out of all people or whatever? Safari was like, it was an experiment, and I felt like I was so in love and all this other stuff. And in the midst of him talking, he apologizes to Rosa for him acting like a fuckboy just 2 minutes ago. And she was letting him know, like, look, I was giving you props and everything, and then you just kind of came at me on some bullshit. And I guess he pretty much misinterpreted what she said or whatever. Nikki, she says that she was shocked that Safari had bossed up on her in the scene where they was in the restaurant, and, Ray J was coaching him. Like, she had no idea or whatever. So, anyways, Safari says it wasn't awkward for him to ask Fizz for advice in regards to Nikki, despite the fact that they had a past as well. And Fizz is like, he just didn't want Safari to get lost in the sauce, because it was some good sauce. And, he says that LA has a lot of good sauce, so he wasn't tripping. And so Nikki, she starts to try to, like, pop off or whatever, and says, I thought you was tripping and everything. And he's like, I mean, it's a million Nickies out here, and I could build one if I wanted to. And she says that he probably was mad because she said that Safari had better dick. And I felt like she did kind of try to embarrass him, but it didn't work. because he went over there and dapped Safari up and everything, like, that's good, my nigga, or whatever, like, we cool, we good, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And he's saying that, if he's doing interviews, it's about his music because he has actual talent. I'm like, have y'all heard anything from him? Have y'all heard his music or whatever? I mean, I just want to know. Y'all let me know. I mean, if y'all have heard the shit, was it hot? Because I ain't heard a motherfucking thing, but I guess at the same time, maybe because I ain't fishing for the shit because I don't give a fuck. But, anyway, so we get to Willie and Shonda. Willie Taylor, he's still lying his motherfucking ass off. He's saying that, I'm sorry, no. Nina asked him, like, why didn't you just come clean? And Willie, he's making up, like, all these bullshit ass excuses or whatever as to why he didn't come clean. And Shonda is like, if you would have just told me the truth when I asked you or told me prior to filming, then they could have figured it out. But the fact that he had her on national TV looking like that, she was pissed off. And, Shonda says that she was blindsided. Shonda, girl, I mean, you don't strike me as the person that, you don't seem like that fucking green to me. And especially because of the fact that I do kind of believe Kaisha and what she says about the whole 12 years situation. You don't strike me as the person to be that fucking green, and not, especially because of the fact that you said that Willie has stepped out on you other times before. And you mean to tell me you didn't feel that something was up? You know what I'm saying? But anyways, Willie says that it was nothing with Kaisha, and that he was a wingman for his friend back in the day, and he would keep Kaisha busy or whatever so that his friend could do his thing with, her homegirl or whatever. So the guys, they're laughing and everything, and she's like, this is not fucking funny, like, this is my life or whatever. Shonda is saying that, to the guys. Willie says that is not his ex, so Nina, she brings out Kaisha to get her side of the story, and Willie, he immediately gets on the defense of saying, when were we in love and all this other stuff, and that you got a set of you got one set of text messages from the time that we fucked to the time that it was over with, and that they was never in a relationship, and she says that they was, and she was like, I took care of you, and you ain't have shit or whatever, and you was broke and all this other stuff. Like, she was riding for him when he ain't have shit. And so Nina asked Kaisha, like, well, where did y'all relationship end? And Jason Lee, his motherfucking ass, gonna sit up here and say, at the Red Roof Inn. Like, anyways, Kaisha, she's like, it was an off and on thing, throughout the whole 12 years. It wasn't just 12 years straight. So Shonda, she asks, aren't you married or whatever? And Kaisha is like, clearly I'm divorced at this point. And, Jason asks, well, she was like, was you pregnant by your husband or pregnant by Willie? Because you keep on bringing this shit up. And Kaisha says that, her and Shonda was pregnant at the same time. And says, that he's bullshitting and all this other stuff, and not to down her baby and everything, and he wasn't there, and he's saying, Willie, he's saying that he wasn't going to show up because he showed his truth or whatever, and I'm just like, bullshit, motherfucker, you still fucking lying about this shit. He says the only person he owes apologies to is Shonda. Jason, he's saying that, he read the text or whatever, and, Kaisha is calling him a shit starter or whatever, and, Jason is saying that, you had one song that didn't make the charts, and that, or it didn't make iTunes, and you don't have a man. I was like, y'all know how I feel about Jason, but I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't mad at him low key on this shit. Like, I was kind of like laughing, but I don't know how everybody else feel, but I was laughing. But anyways, Jason is like that, all it was that Willie asked, her about her pink pussy, and that she wanted to suck his dick. That's all it was. And Shonda says that she believed that they met up, but she don't believe that it was a 12-year situation. And Shonda is like, her problem is with Willie, and that if Kaisha would have came to her like a woman, then she would have had more respect for her, but she didn't. And Shonda is saying that they still separated, and if it work out, it work out. If it don't, it don't. But she just needs her time right now, and that's always going to be the father of her kids. So whatever. Moving on from that, we get Masika, Max, and Brandy. Max, he says that he loves Brandy and everything, and he's not going to do shit that's going to bother her. But at the same time, it was business, too, with Masika. Brandy says that she wasn't scared that Masika, was going to do anything with Max or whatever. She was, it's just a simple fact that she's loyal to her friend and blase. And Max, he's saying it was just professional. And Masika, Brandy, she's popping, doing her popping off stuff, and Masika is like, bitch, you talk with every tooth in your mouth. And I told y'all last week that I do feel like Brandy be talking with all her damn teeth or whatever. But anyways, as Brandy is talking, Nina is trying to get Brandy back focused or whatever to her, because she's all out in the crowd talking and shit. Masika is like, she never had anything bad to say about Max until he went on video and tried to come at her Moniece and everything. And Masika is like that shit ain't had nothing to do with her. Which Masika, she she wasn't really saying nothing like in regards to she didn't want no parts of the whole Moniece, Max and Brandy shit or whatever. But at the same time, girl, you was laughing and shit, at the shit that Moniece was doing. So, but anyways, Moniece, she's sitting up here saying like, she tells Brandy, your husband had a baby on you and everything, and that Brandy, she shut the fuck up real quick. So I did hear something about it's supposedly some pictures or something out there of this supposedly baby that's supposed to be Max's, but I was like, I'm like, yeah, Brandy, she shut her ass up real motherfucking quick. You know what I mean? What else happened? Max is saying that he never knew it was an issue, to work with Masika or whatever. He thought that the record was dope and everything. And Brandy says she understands separating business from personal because she's intellectual or whatever. I'm just like, girl. Anyways, they asked about her relationship with Beyonce, and she says that Beyonce is like a big sister to her, and that her and Solange, they go way back. And we know that Brandy ain't really lying, because I've seen pictures, on the Shade Room or whatever, where Mama Tina, Beyonce and Solange's mama, has posted pictures of Brandy's, child and all this other stuff. And, it was pictures of her, of, Beyonce and Brandy. So, girl, we know you know her. Now, I don't know if y'all the best of friends, but, it seemed like y'all do know her, and you got some type of relationship with her. You know what I'm saying? She tells Brandy is telling them not to question her credibility and everything, because her godmother is Whitney Houston and blah, blah, blah. And that that they all want to be like Beyonce and Brandy, and they all want to be down, and they not. And I was just like, girl, whatever. Anyway, so we get to Lyrica, A1, Pam, and Big Lyrica, their storyline. Pretty much, they all still cool at this point. Pam is saying that, A1 wasn't going to put her out in the streets or whatever, knowing that she didn't have a place to stay. And, Lyrica, Lil Lyrica, she's saying that, Pam is saying that her and, Lil Lyrica have always been cool. It's just that when Big Lyrica came up into the mix, that's when it became a problem. Big Lyrica, she's like, she only reacted to the shit that Lyrica was telling her or whatever, and that she felt like Pam was acting entitled and all this other stuff. And Pam says that Big Lyrica was sitting up here asking her how long she was going to stay with them and everything, and pretty much she just wanted Big Lyrica to ease her way into that question instead of just coming right out with the shit. You know what I'm saying? But they both like each other, so you know it's all good in the hood. Um, Pam, she was mad, at the moment in regards to throwing shade about Lyrica getting plastic, Lil Lyrica getting plastic surgery. And Lyrica, she admits that she had a boob job and everything. And Pam says that Lyrica, you always look nice. I just felt like you didn't need it, and you still look nice now. Anyways, Big Lyrica, she says that she wouldn't have ruined their wedding day or whatever, regardless of where her and Pam's relationship was, and that she felt like A1 was taking control. Lil Lyrica lets her know that her mom needs to take a few steps back, and Big Lyrica says that she instilled some values into her daughter and everything, and that she trained her well, and that and in the audience they like, you mean raised? And then Big Lyrica saying, it's the same thing. No, girl, no, training is like you talking like a dog. You know what I mean? Raising is like you're raising kids, and you know what I mean? So it's not the same thing, but I mean, okay. But anyways, so Big Lyrica, she reveals that A1 had lipo because Nina had asked her, was that still on the table or whatever, for her to get lipo, and that's when she revealed that A1 had lipo. I was like, I ain't never heard no man getting lipo, but I mean, I guess it happens. But A1 says he wasn't going to come on TV looking the way that he was looking, and so that Lyrica, she wanted Lil Lyrica, she wanted a boob job bad, and so she was scared. So pretty much he did it for her. He, they both went under the knife at the same time, pretty much, or whatever the case may be. Anyways, we get to Tierra. She, her trial is pushed back or whatever, and she didn't take the plea deal because she felt like she didn't do shit, and she's scared, and she says that this incident was a wake up call for her, and that she does have a temper when she drinks. And Hazel thinks that Tierra does have a problem, but for Tierra to admit it is just a big thing. Tierra says that she has to seek professional help. She just needs to slow down or whatever. And Ray J says he never seen it like as a problem, or he didn't think it was a problem like that when they was together. Moniece thinks that Tierra has made a big change and everything. Lyrica Lil Lyrica, she compliments Tierra on some of her weight loss and everything. And the cast, they did their reflections at the end. I didn't write what each one of them had to say down because I didn't give a fuck at this point. But I know Safari, he wanted to low-key do a group hug. I'm like, you're not going to get these motherfuckers to do a group hug. But that pretty much was, the episode. I apologize for this review being longer. It was longer than what I expected it to be. But, because this season, it was boring. It was boring. I do feel like this part was a little bit better than the first part. But this season overall, I already told y'all, I feel like the shit was boring. But, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you guys come back, and I'm gonna try to come back in here tonight for Black Ink Crew Chicago. So I'll see y'all in a little bit.